Oh, pretty amazing. Yesterday I was up in snow to my knees, and now I'm on the beach and getting slightly sunburnt. It's just contrasts this time of year. So just hugging the coast to get to Tikirova, and then it's the next village. I'll pick up some water and then I'll be able to go on a little bit south and then camp. Well, just 5 minutes later, and I found this terribly peaceful spot where a river just gently meanders into this bay. There's some little boats tied up, some ducks. It's really beautiful here. You can hear the crickets singing, and then here in the background is the Mount Olympus where I was yesterday. You can see the right side, the north side, is covered in snow. The left side is facing south, has less, but it was just my bad luck to have to go up the north side. So it's a little place for some tea or coffee or whatever. Very nice here. Well, here we are, almost 7 o'clock, with the tent set up at a beach called Last Beach, which is about, let's say, 2 kilometers south on the Lycian way from Tikirova, which is a horrible place, really horrible. Package tourism has spoiled it, but I found this beach here, and there's a well up here. Well, it's a well on the map, but it's actually a tap with fresh water, and yeah, looks like a beautiful place to spend the night of day 4. Well, it's morning of day 5, about 9 o'clock. Just broke camp from the campsite where we were last night, and I found out about 10 o'clock PM that there was a dancing bar or live music, so didn't get to sleep until later. So here we are on the trail on the way to Cirali. I must confess I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's the place where they have the flames, the Chimera, and just I want to show you this little bay here, which is beautiful. So it's a similar feeling to walking on snow, but it's sand, and it's a lovely beach, and we're about 2 hours from Cirali at the moment. Just met the first other people that are doing the Lycian Weg. The Lycian Way. These are Germans over here, and a little bit past there on the mountain somewhere are Ukrainians. Okay, so apparently the path starts at the end of the beach. 2 hours to Cirali. So this is the last small bay, I think, before Cirali, and it's amazing. You come down from these outcrops here down into this gorge, and then you expect to go up the gorge, but it sends you to the beach, and you think you're not trusting your GPS, and there seems to be no way out of here with the rock walls, but then there's a little path that starts here. So wow, this is really quite dramatic and very interesting end to the walk. So here we are in Cirali, as I've just found out it's pronounced. And we are just at the end of the beach. I walked all the way along the beach after eating something. I was very hungry, but we're just at the end of the beach at the Olympus ruins end, which we're just about to cross this little river and then pick up some water and see if we can get further up to the top of that hill. It's about 3:20 at the moment, so we'll just check out the stretch. Well, the night of day 5 sees me staying here at the Adrasan at Olympus, which is just this entrance road to the ancient site of Olympus, and it joins on via beach to Cirali. I'm getting with the lingo. So that's my tent set up just there, and it's about 6:30. I'm going to eat something get some sleep, and tomorrow it's Adrasan. So that was day 5. So day 6, it's about midday. We're en route from Cirali, Olympus to Adrasan, and we're at a little yaila in the mountains here, a place where a shepherd can keep some goats, and there is a tortoise here enjoying the water, which is just coming from a spring in the ground. I'll just show you. There's a lovely little tortoise. Okay, and I'm looking for a spring myself, so I can brew up, make some tea and have some lunch. And a nice spot for it, I'm sure you will agree. So here we are having lunch. We have our caldera cone alcohol stove system with a Snow Peak titanium mug or kettle here, very light. And here we have freezer bag cooking, which is a freezer bag filled with cured pork, couscous, some flavourings and some powdered milk for more protein. And we're going to have some tea with this too. And it's a very nice setting for a little picnic, because we're right on the edge of a threshing circle and a little shepherd's hut here, and the water came from a spring just over here, so it's very idyllic, I would say. So it's 4:20 on day 6, and you're now looking back at Adrasan from the route to the Gelidonya lighthouse. I just passed the camel farm, which is about maybe 200 meters down, abandoned, but I think with the owner there with his kids, who gave me a tip about a place to camp, which is about half an hour further on. So we're going to go up here where there's a water source, and we can camp there for the night and try for the lighthouse and Karauz tomorrow. Well, we couldn't find the water source in the end. I think we might have passed it by, because the description says that it was in a flat area before a rise, and right now we're on a rise, which is where I've pitched my tent. There's a scree rockfall on both sides here, and as I said, there's a flat plateau down here. We're about, say, half an hour after the camel farm on the Lycian way, on the way to the Gelidonya lighthouse, and I think this is a quite nice place to put the tent because of the lovely views. I don't know if you can see through there. There is a little offshore islet, and if you look through the trees here, you can see perhaps the distant Mount Olympus, where we were about 4 days ago. So here's where we're going to spend the night, and I'm just going to do my normal, have something to eat, some tea, and then go to bed. So it's 9 o'clock on our 7th day on the trail here on the Lycian way, and we're walking towards Cape Adrasan to the lighthouse, and we've just left Adrasan behind us yesterday. We camped out on the ridge last night. It was beautiful. It was very warm, actually, warmest it's been. There was a full moon last night, and this is, I think, is my favourite part of the walk so far, because there's a lot of scrub strawberry trees, hollyoaks on other sections of the track, which is very tiresome to negotiate at times, and you feel locked in by all the foliage, and there's not that sense of openness which is very attractive when you're on the trail. Here it's mostly pines, so you feel it's a bit open. There's views over to little islets over to the left. Also, the track is reasonably clear of stones. I know that there's a lot of stones and even trees that you can see here on the track, but it's incomparable to other times when these very, very small stones are like marbles, and you lose your footing. Again, it's very, very tiresome. Another nice thing about this stretch is it's surprisingly open at times for a coastal path that hugs the shoreline and the cliffs. But you seem to have lots of open spaces. This is almost like an alpine meadow with clover, well, something which looks like clover. Lots of insects and poppies, wildflowers. Okay. So here we are at the lighthouse. We have just had lunch. Some German backpackers here, and now some Turkish day trippers, some people from Britain. It's a busy little crossroads, this. So now I guess is the end of one leg of the journey south from Antalya, and now we go to Finiki to get a bus and start another leg which will hopefully see us ending at Kash.